Ona Diaz-Santin here, and welcome to the Get Your Life series. Every Friday, I will be breaking down a verse and sharing a little bit about my little testimonies. Why did I choose to name it Get Your Life series? John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." Get your life. Today's verse is Psalm 16:8 says, "I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken." I want to share a little testimony on how that verse really hit home for me. As you all know, I bought the salon, Salon Spa, and I made a promise to God. I made a promise to God that when and if this were to happen, that I was going to close on Saturdays. People ask, why would you do that? And I shared, because I'm a 7-day Adventist and we don't work Saturdays. And I haven't worked Saturdays, but the issue was that now I own this salon and I have this amazing team that does. And the salon was open on Saturdays. So I had to close. A lot of obstacles came about, right? We had a lot of things getting in the way. Here's God parting that Red Sea like Moses, and he made it happen. And then there was another obstacle coming in the way, and then I'm like, well, God, I'm just going to sit right here and I'm going to be still because I know who my God is. And next thing you know, something else would move out of the way. And it was like that, I don't know, a good 10 times. Something would come in the way and then God would dissolve it in a second and then move on. Signing day comes, and here I am sitting at this big table with lawyers and a bunch of people, and I'm like, oh my God, this just got real. Sign papers, I'm a salon owner, ecstatic. But in the back of my head, my main thing was I made a promise to God. So now I have this team, this amazing team, right? And we're going to have a meeting, and I shared, right, all the things that would change. I told them that Saturdays were no longer going to be a thing here, that we would be open 6 days a week, and the 7th we shall rest. That was scary. I mean, I already don't sleep, so imagine I was really losing a lot more sleep. So here I am like, oh man, I have to do this. And let me tell you how the devil works. He gets in your head and he tells you, girl, you can't do that. You can't do that. That place is gonna go under. Girl, you can't do this. Girl, you can't do that. And then here I am like, oh my God, like quiet this in my head. Quiet, shut him up. I gave myself 6 months, right, to do this. Because, you got to think, okay, you have to now tell people, you have to put it out there, you have to tell the amazing clients that we have what's going on, the team. It's not just like one day, here it is, and the next day it's gone. So 6 months, and now it's 3 months in, and now it's 4 months and 5 months, and oh man, here comes 6 months, I gotta do this, right? And I was freaking out. Just thinking about it, I'm still like, I can't believe that, by the way, we're 9 weeks in, because God is so good. But, so go back. So now we're sharing it on social media, doing email blasts, telling people verbally, and we closed. I'm still here. We're still here. And that is a big testimony to how powerful your God is, right? It was scary, but I did it. And I walked by faith and not by sight. And that is so important. Sometimes you can't see what's ahead of you or what's in front of you. You can't. And a lot of times that's going to be the case. You're not going to see everything. It's like impossible, right? But you have to walk by faith and not by sight. Because when you trust God and you put all your eggs in that one basket, that's when it gets good. that's what happened. So when I read that verse today, that pumped me up, because I did not fall. I didn't go into a corner, and I could have. And there were times when, man, the devil is tempting you on, don't do it. Just go back on your word, or don't be your word today, or God isn't that powerful, girl. You're gonna fail. Or you can put that aside and say, I see you, but I see my God, and I know how big my God is. And I may not know what's gonna happen, but I'm going to plan everything out. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I knew I had to be in the Word. I knew that I had to pray without ceasing. I knew that my God has my back no matter what, as long as I am obedient and faithful. And that's what I wanted to share today. That's my testimony about something that was, to me, scary. And, I didn't see that light at the end of the tunnel. But at the end of the day, I knew that God had my back. And here we are, and I'm able to sit here and say, hey, things are possible. Philippians 4:13. I want you guys to go and read that. Philippians 4:13, as long as you believe. And that's so important. And I wanted to share my testimony today because that hit home for me today. And I wanted to share something that happened personally to me. Here we are. The salon is open 6 days a week, and the 7th we rest. And that to me is everything, because I know that I'm putting my God first over and above anything and everything else. He's first. That should be his place, is number one. Number one in my life, number one before anything and anyone. And I am so happy that he made that possible, and that the team is doing well, and that we're going to continue to do well, because God is good all the time. So thank you so much for listening to me. I wanted to share that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And anything is possible. There's nothing that is impossible. Even the word itself says possible. Think about that. I'm possible. So remember that. I think that right there is key. Just know that. Your God is a powerful God. And no matter what the enemy has in store for you, goodbye. Because God is bigger and better. Always. And he will always win. Always, 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 always. Hopefully you guys like this. I'm trying to incorporate this every Friday. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And I hope you guys tune in for more. And remember, be bold and stay blessed.